Can I steal you for a
Can I
minute?
steal you for a minute?
Can I steal you for a minute?
Welcome to Can I Steal You for a Minute, the reality dating recap podcast. My name is Indra Raj.
And I'm Mary Bianco.
And whoa, it's been a week
Yeah.
in Bachelor Nation for sure. And we're going to be giving our unfiltered thoughts about that right here in a second. But Mary and I have just been chatting because she was just in Paris with baby
Yep.
Eden and your family. And there's a story that we've been waiting for you to tell until we got on the pod. So we're going to go into that first, and then we're going to get into Bachelor Nation and all the crap going on with that.
I guess the Love is Blind reunion, if we even want to still talk about it.
Oh, yeah. And that, too. That feels like such old news now.
I know. It feels so long ago. Yeah, so I have to back up Indra's Copenhagen story, obviously. I think this podcast is cursed, and we can't take trips with our children.
I guess not.
So I knew it would be ambitious to take Eden to Paris at 3 months. I thought she would be the problem. I didn't think I would be the problem. I got what I thought was horrific food poisoning.
Oh, my God.
Like literally way over. Eden was such an angel. It was an overnight flight. She slept the whole time on me. She woke up to eat and then she went back to sleep. So like I didn't sleep, but I was like, I don't care. This baby's sleeping on the plane.
Right.
We decided to spend our first 2 days in Disneyland, Paris, just like ease into it. And my family loves theme parks. And so we were like, when are we going to come here again? So we went.
I didn't know there was a Disneyland in Paris.
Yeah, it's like it's an hour by train outside of the city. It's like so easy to get to. It's like, it's a pretty small park compared to Florida, but there's a decent amount of stuff to do there. And it was really fun.
Yeah.
But late night or last night there, my family picked me up a sandwich from Earl of Sandwiches, and I like ate it, and I was like, I don't know if this is good.
Could you like tell while you were eating it that there was something?
So it's actually turns out not the sandwich's fault.
Okay. Don't blame it on the sandwich.
I was blaming on the sandwich for days. I woke up the next morning, and this is just a trigger warning. If you're a person who can't hear about puking and poo-poo, this is not the story for you. Just fast forward a little bit. I woke up. I haven't been this sick in my adult life, I don't think.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like, I could not keep water down. I was throwing up. I didn't have a car seat for Eden, so I still had to take the metro into the city. From Disneyland, so with my dad. So I threw up. I felt a little bit better, so I had they didn't have any toast at the hotel because it's Paris. So I had
they're
a
like
shitty Starbucks croissant and
oh no.
got on the metro, and we're literally 2 stops away from Airbnb, and I'm like saying to my dad, I'm like, I'm gonna throw up. Like I might have to get off the train early. I'm gonna throw up. Doors closed. I throw up everywhere.
On the train.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mary.
I
I'm
luckily
so
felt
sorry.
it coming, so I passed Eden off to my dad, and I was like, and I didn't have a bag or anything. There's no garbage cans on the train. There's no bathroom on the train. So I just was like, I just threw up on the floor. And it was
At least
in
you
the
didn't
morning.
throw up on someone.
No, I was lucky it wasn't on someone, but it was in the morning, rush
Okay.
hour. People were fleeing from me. Like, I can't explain how much I threw up. My poor dad had like a jacket. It got on his jacket. It got on me. Eden notices something is wrong, so she starts crying. And then we finally get into the city, get into our Airbnb, and I had my dad message the Airbnb guy, and he was like, because it was like a couple hours before we were supposed to check in, and I was like, I cannot wander throughout the city. Like I have to.
Were
I have
you
to shower
getting
and I
that
have to lay
like
down.
weak feeling too? But
Yeah,
but like
so
you
weak.
urgency needed to get everything out.
Yeah, needed to get everything out, and then just so out of it, and can't trust water. So I'm like, I can't be in public. We get to the Airbnb, the cleaning lady's there, poor lady, she barely speaks English. I don't really speak French. I'm I come in and I reek of vomit. I'm just like, I'm sorry, can I stay in any of the rooms that you finish?
Oh my gosh.
And so I just slept for the day, and luckily my family took Eden that day, and she just hung out with them. She was great for them. But I spent the day on the floor of the bathroom. I was sweating. I could not get up. I couldn't keep water down. I would like try to have a cracker. It would just be like immediately up. I couldn't like believe how sick I was. And then the next morning I woke up and I was like pretty weak and not
Yeah.
interested in food at all, but like could, leave the house without incident, but like needed a nap midday. So I thought it was food poisoning.
Yeah.
My mom and my sister and Sarah got sick also.
No. Oh
So I
no.
think I had neurovirus.
Oh God,
I
Mary.
don't know. I don't know where I got it because I like don't really leave the house because I'm on maternity leave with Eden. Thank God she got a vaccine. Um,
Thank God.
because they
Oh
have
my
like
God.
anti-diarrheal vaccine for babies now. Thank God she
Wow.
had it because she literally wasn't sick at all. She was like a perfect angel. She toured with my like she literally did better than me on the trip. She toured with my family the whole time.
Oh God, norovirus is rough.
It was awful.
Oh
And
gosh.
like I don't know. I was so sick I wasn't even embarrassed that I threw up on the train. I was like
Yeah, that's how bad it was.
I
You're
was
like,
like
I
I had to do it. Like I was
there were
like
no options
no, and I'm
available.
like such a people pleaser. Like normally I'd be like, what can I do to clean this up? I literally just got off the train. I was like, I there's nothing I can do about this.
Like, I'm not gonna clean this shit up. Like,
It had to happen. So I like literally went to France. I didn't I hardly ate any of the food. Like
oh no.
I
Oh my God.
and I'm like still kind of not really eating. I'm eating like pasta with broth and that's kind of it.
Oh God. Well, okay,
Yeah.
like you said, thank goodness Eden did not get it.
No, she was
Um,
totally fine. She had a great time in Paris. She was
yes.
so cute. Yeah, she did so great. She flight back, she did great.
Oh
Um
my
and
God.
yeah.
You know, a bout of norovirus went around my kids' school community. I want to say it was in like November, December. Maybe it was all the months blur together. It was this
Yeah.
winter, and it was like every day you just heard about another kid and then their parents coming down with this. And like one of my friends, she ended up having it for like, I mean, it kind of sounds like what you're describing. Like the worst of it was over, but she said her
Yeah.
stomach was not really right for like 2 weeks.
No, I think that that is where I'll be. Like
Yeah.
Ethan and I like tried to go food shopping yesterday and it was so stupid. And then I'm like in the grocery store and I'm like,
Nope.
I actually can't even be in here. Like
Yeah.
I can't look at the food. I'm not even interested in food. Like you would think I'd be really hungry,
Oh
and
my God.
I'm really not. So
Is this what
that
being on the GLP-1 is like?
yeah, if it is, like do not sign me up. I definitely lost weight, but like I went to Paris. I wanted to
No,
eat.
not worth it. Not worth it.
I
Like,
wanted to eat. I'm like, and my mom is, a boomer, so she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe how much I've eaten. Like, I gotta get on a diet when I get back." And then she got it, and I was like, "Listen, I hate to say it's karma, but like, you were talking to me about how much you were eating while I
oh
was actively not
God.
eating."
So are your other family members like kind of experiencing the same thing? Like,
No,
I'm assuming the worst is over for them
the
too.
worst is over for them. My dad, I think, had it for like a couple days, but like hid it. Like he was just kind of like going to the bathroom a lot and like coming back and pretending that like it wasn't obvious that he what he was doing in there.
Oh, that's really funny.
And
Well,
and then my mom and my sister Becca did not get it because she had it in December because she's a
oh,
teacher. So
right.
she's like pretty much built up to it, but that's what we
Right.
think it is. Like yesterday, they didn't my sister and my mom didn't really get sick until yesterday, and then I was
Hmm.
kind of like, okay, this probably wasn't food
Right.
poisoning if other people are now also sick. So that was my fun, glamorous time in Paris. I literally can't explain how much I agonized over outfits, like what pictures I'm gonna get done, what meals I'm gonna do. Like, joke is fucking on me. Like, I like barely made it through. I eventually, like, I was like, if I don't have makeup on, I'm just have sunglasses on, and that's how we're riding the day. Like, I
Right.
can't be
Right.
bothered.
Your kid is like going to be in daycare soon, and I wish
Yeah,
I could say
no, it's
you
gonna get
probably
worse.
won't have something like this in the near future, but that's not true.
No, we will. I just was like, I, even pregnant, like I was nauseous
Right.
and it was awful. Like I was just so sick. I could not believe it. Like I
Yeah.
I just felt like debilitated. I couldn't believe you could get that sick as an adult. Like I was like,
I know. It's like terrifying,
it was
really. It's
crazy.
like
I'm on the
you're
floor.
like,
I'm like,
this
do I
is
have to
how
get an
people die.
yeah?
Like
And I'm like,
seriously.
do I have to get an IV in France? Like, what do
Oh
I
my
even do
god.
that? I'm like, what's their healthcare system like here? What do I have to pay for? Like, the
Oh
American in me comes
god.
out, like, what do I have to pay for while I'm like sick on the floor? But the worst of it mostly passed, which is good. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know when I'll be normal again.
Well, yeah. The last time I got really sick like that was it wasn't a virus. I'm pretty sure it was actually food poisoning when Patrick and
Mm,
I went to Portugal about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago actually. On our last couple days, something hit me and it's just what you're describing. Like I could not stop throwing up, like just I've never felt that weak in my life. I was like,
yeah.
I'm never going to come back from this. And it was much more short lived because I think it was just food poisoning. But like, I remember feeling like I'm never going to be normal again.
No, no, and it happens so quickly too that you're like, oh, the person I am before is no longer here. Like
Yeah.
like I booked, a couple reservations, and we had this like, nicer place for our second to last night in France. I'm sitting at a table, and I'm like, who likes this food? Like,
Yeah.
who would eat this way? Like,
Well, I mean, I made a joke about the GLP-1 thing, but this is how I imagine it is for a lot of folks on that drug. And that sounds really like I don't think I could do that. That sounds really hard.
it just also like so much of our lives revolves around food, like good or bad.
Right.
I don't know. Food noise is definitely a thing. I know a lot of people like can't,
Right.
close it out, and it's something that daunts them all day long. It is something like that where you're like, oh my God, does it have to be everywhere? Like when you're not feeling well, you're like, oh God, is it necessary that we do this all the time? And like, my dad and I were walking home one night and he turned to me, he goes, could you imagine going to a bar right now? I'm like, no, bars are disgusting. Like all of a sudden you're like, and before we went into, I'm like, oh, I want one night out. My parents are going to watch Eden. I'm going to sit at a bar, drink a martini and smoke a cigarette. That's all I wanted to do. And now the smell of cigarette smoke, I'm like, I could vomit thinking about it.
Oh my god.
And a
Yeah.
martini,
Wow.
disgusting.
What a yeah, that's so interesting. What a wild experience. Well, I'm glad, it will get better. Like I
But
hope by the next
we still had
yeah.
fun. Like I'm
Yeah.
still glad I brought her. Like I still don't regret
Yes.
it. And
It wasn't
Paris
her
is really
fault. That's the
no,
thing.
she did great. Like I
Yeah.
accounted for like what if she cries the whole time? What if she pukes on the flight? What if she like I have
Right.
anti-diarrhea drugs for her. I didn't
Yes.
think that like I would need anything. I didn't think I was going to be the weakest link in the whole situation.
It just goes to show that like there's always something unpredictable that can rock things and
Always.
you just got to roll with the punches.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well she's looking so cute.
Oh,
Oh
she's
my
so
gosh.
plump. Like if she did get it, it would have been okay because she'd survive. Look at her.
We love a plumpy baby.
We love a plump
That's the
baby. It's
way.
the best. It's the best.
Um okay, so let's talk about the Bachelor Nation stuff cuz my
Whew.
time is limited today
Yeah.
and that's definitely the most important talking point. And then we can touch on some of the Love is Blind reunion stuff. Which again does feel kind of like a distant memory at this point. So yes, the big news, and if you haven't heard, I really don't know. Like I have had friends of mine who do not pay attention to Bachelor Nation texting me about this week because they're like, "Wait, I need to know what's happening here. Like they canceled the show, like what's going on?"
It came across my parents' news feeds. Like
Yes.
my parents support everything I do. They do not listen to this podcast because they couldn't care less about reality TV. And we're on the trip and they're like, who's this Taylor Frankie Paul girl? Because obviously, Fox News loves that this is happening.
Right.
Even though she's a MAGA
Even though
head and
she's
that's
MAGA.
yeah, she's very MAGA. And so they were like, "Can you explain the situation?" So, and it just trying to talk about it like, "Well, this baby daddy did this and this and this." It's like, yeah, this was a bad idea from the start. And Andrew texted me like, "We called it, guys. Like, we
Well,
said it."
our first reaction, I'd like to go back and listen to that, was like, this is a terrible idea.
Yeah, this is a money grab that no one has thought about thoroughly, and like
Right.
they got what they deserved as a franchise. Like
100%.
they don't deserve. And listen, we love the show. We've been watching the show
Yes.
forever. They don't deserve to rebound from this because what they did was careless and really fucking stupid, and ultimately shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, and honestly, like, in a roundabout way, it feels almost like exploitative of whatever is going on in Taylor Frankie Paul's life. Like, honestly, like, I wish I could erase the footage of that video from my brain. It is
Yeah,
so upsetting.
yeah,
And it's like I don't want to know what's happening in this situation. I like really feel for this family, and like it's just so obvious how much help they need. And the thing is, like, I knew that before I saw this fucking video.
yes,
Like, if you watch, I've only seen the first season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and that was enough for me to know this person needs help. The person she's with is also not okay. This is not like a situation that I'm having fun watching. Like, I
no,
am not having fun. The fact that they started that season, they started that entire show with uh with Taylor Frankie Paul getting arrested for this charge, this
yep,
DV charge.
yep,
Like, that is what they built that show around, arguably. And honestly, I think that's part of why like I haven't wanted to continue watching that show, is because it feels like a very, and it's not just that show, it's a lot of reality TV where we're just reaching into like the darkest depths of despair of these people's lives and exploiting it.
yeah,
And especially on reality dating TV shows, like I've said it before, I'll say it again. I am here for the love story. Like,
yeah,
I actually don't want to see a severely damaged person with a lot of like things that need to be dealt with looking for love. Like, that's not, I don't know why this choice was made on so many different levels, let alone the fact that, like, yes, you're platforming like someone with domestic violence charges who I've heard is currently, she was on probation the whole season that while
was
they
she?
filmed. Apparently that's why they never left the country.
Well, that she does seem like a flight risk, so I kind of like get not doing that
Yeah.
in general. Like I totally agree with you. Like this it also sends so many bad messages, but one message that they're trying to send is that love can actually fix it. That like whatever is going on with
Yeah.
her would just be fixed if she found the right man, and that's just not the case.
No.
And I think that because of her Mormon roots, she keeps going back to like this man because they have a child together, and they, you
Right.
know, it's better for the child if the parents are together. That is not the case for this child. Like these parents should never talk to each other ever again unless there's a police officer between them.
Yep.
They're both bad. Like there's a ton of discourse online because there's a video. So in 2023 there was a report that Dakota had locked Taylor in the garage, and when she got out she started like swinging at him. This video is from after he released her from the garage. It is obvious that these two are abusing each other.
Yep.
That the debate back and forth about whose fault is it, who's reacting to who in terms of like reactive abuse, whether Darvo's involved, it doesn't even matter at this point because whatever's happening between them, like obviously Dakota's the instigator, like he is a shit. He loves to instigate. You can even see in the video on his face that he's like a little bit self-satisfied that he's gotten her to this point. Like he's like
Oh,
playing like he's so
100%.
scared in the video, but like he's also a little bit excited that like she's this riled up. That does not excuse the fact that she starts throwing metal stools at him and her child is in the room.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Dakota walks between Taylor, and then puts her daughter between Taylor and her while Taylor's in the state throwing the stool.
Right.
So like he's not this great protector of her daughter either. Like the child and then she got hit in the head and ended up with a goose egg on her head from getting hit with a stool. And it's wholly disturbing. It's so upsetting. You can see that Taylor is so drunk. Behind her eyes, she's
Yeah.
like a wild animal in this video. Neither of them should have a platform anymore. They both need to go away for a very, very long time. They both need a ton of help and they never need to see each other again. And like, there's no defending either of them.
No, and it's and like you said, like it's like besides the point. It's like
Yeah.
we shouldn't be a part of this story. We shouldn't even be here like giving our opinions on what happened. Like yeah, and I agree. Like the part of the video that I noticed with Dakota was like in the beginning he's like, "See, this is what you do." Like
Hmm.
he intentionally turned on his camera after what, like doing something horrible to her, knowing that she would retaliate. So he could use this as evidence. Like, she doesn't have footage of whatever he did to her. So it's just a very upsetting, abusive dynamic. Having a child involved is just unimaginable. It's just so upsetting. Like I wish I had never seen the footage to begin with. And it's
Yeah.
like truly like Disney, who is the owner of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and like all of these things. I think Disney's like the top of the rung. This is not, this is on you.
Yeah.
You made moral choices to put these people in starring roles on our televisions and say like it's okay and whatever. And it's like, I've seen stuff now that's like, if they're canceling the Bachelorette, like why aren't we removing the upcoming episode of Dakota on Vanderpump Villa? Like absolutely, that should
Yeah.
probably happen. Why did we put Colton Underwood on a full
Yes.
season of The Traitors? Why did we do that?
Yeah.
Like time and time again, like men are sort of given a pass
Yeah.
for similar things, and Taylor's receiving all of this. And I have seen some stuff from her end where she's allegedly or maybe definitely suing ABC for
Yeah.
pulling her season because she says, and I kind of agree, it's like they knew about the footage.
Yeah.
They knew that like this was in the police record. They knew about it. They had all the information they needed. Like people out here like bringing out clips from season one. I was like, all this stuff was on TV. Everybody knew it had happened, whether or not we had seen the actual video footage. Like we had all the information we needed, and they still cast her as the Bachelorette, and they still did a full season with her, and then they pulled the plug.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so she's like, well, I was honest about all of this stuff. And she has been transparent about what happened that night. I saw a clip of her on the Vile Files from like 2024 where she detailed the whole incident on their
Yeah.
podcast. Um which was also kind of upsetting to see her like description of it, but she did describe it and owned up to it. So it's like, why are we pulling this now? Like it never should have happened in the first place. You knew about this. Like do better.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, they couldn't have had more warnings because, I saw people pointing out similar things that like there's an argument that Michaela, who's another girl on the show, and her husband say, well, we're going to go sit between Taylor and Dakota outside in case things escalate.
Right.
And so the other cast members are already dancing around the fact that these two are abusive to each other. Of
Right.
course, there's footage that exists of it, or there's footage of people talking about it, and you guys have just totally ignored it because she makes for really good TV, because she is a mess, because she is honest on TV, because we don't see people like this all the time on TV. Like in a world where all influencers are so polished all the time,
Right.
I think that they were trying to get around that because the show's gotten boring because people are so image concerned
Right.
that they've just completely overcorrected the other way where they've gone to somebody who is not image concerned but is dangerous, and not just like dangerous to other people, dangerous to herself. Like putting someone like this on
Right.
TV is is a big risk, and I'm glad that it didn't pay off for them, because who knows who they would have picked next to be the lead of the show had this worked out.
I know. I did see. I mean, there's been so many just like theories and people commenting on this. This news came out like 4 days ago or something. And just one person said, and I did see other footage to kind of like corroborate this, is that this season was like actually very boring.
Ooh.
Because Taylor was just not into anyone, and it was just very like, and I did actually see a clip of her like on a date with one of the guys that somehow had gotten released ahead of time. And this was pre them canceling the full show, and it was very
Dry.
uncomfortable, not fun to watch, like not a great time. And I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, if this is like what the rest of the season is going to be like, I'm not looking forward to it. So one theory I saw was that like this was an excuse for them to pull the whole season because it's so boring. But it's like, I don't know. I mean, hundreds
It's
of
too
millions
late.
of dollars have gone into this. So many people's time, like a full season of the show. They produced the whole thing because it was about to air this week, like yesterday.
They put
So it's
another show.
insane.
They did
Yeah.
another show that we're watching right now about getting the mansion ready for this season. Like
Yes.
they put so much time and money into this, and like they've exposed themselves to, I don't know what their contract looks like, but I wouldn't be surprised if the men of the season are potentially getting a class action together because
I
they
think they
had
are banding together for sure.
an opportunity to
Hmm.
there's obviously financial opportunity that comes with this. Should you quit your job to go on the show? Probably not, because you get sent home one night one and it not click. But there
Right.
is a financial opportunity to be expected from being on a show like this.
Yep.
And maybe you know how far you make it and then you quit your job and then it doesn't make it to air. There's a lot of promise that comes with it. So they've opened themselves up in a way that I don't think that they would do on purpose.
Right.
Um, I just think that they're not listening to the fans of the show, and we said this about Paradise too. Like, I don't know why I just gasped like that. Um,
It's all so upsetting.
so emotional. Um, we said this about Paradise too. They're just not listening to the people that actually watch the show. Like,
No.
nobody that actually is loyal to the show wanted this. And so they were just looking at bringing in new people versus actually asking the audience that they have what would work. Like if they wanted one of the girls from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives for whatever fucking reason or whatever crossover, like are we all going to have to be Mormon by next year? I don't know.
Right.
Um there are other women on that who are single and not nearly as problematic, and I think it could have worked out better.
I have seen rumors that they're trying to reboot the season with Layla and one
Miranda?
other. Yeah.
Yeah, that
And
they could do that.
they could do that, but honestly, like, I'm
Why?
not interested in seeing any of the women from that show in the lead role. Like,
No.
I actually would love to have a season with a totally unknown lead and a full cast of men that I know nothing about. Like,
Yeah.
and I want a fucking love story. Like,
Yeah.
I want someone to fall in love. I don't care if they're like boring or whatever. Like, I love a love story.
I
Like, I
know.
was just, like Bridgerton just ended
Yeah.
the last season, and like, I everything was very predictable in terms of
Yeah.
how that was going to end. And I loved every fucking moment of
Yeah,
it.
who cares?
I don't care. I want to see people fall in love on my screen.
Yeah.
It's very enjoyable. I don't need more than that. And I just wish that they could kind of get back to the sort of original ethos around all of this, which was just to show genuine connections and whatever. And like, I know there are more challenges than just that. Like, in the 20 years since this show started, 25 years or whatever it is, like,
Mm.
technology has changed how people function and people's
Yeah.
brains. And like, I know they're trying to keep up with like whatever it is that Gen Z wants. Like, I don't understand it either. But like, there's something to be said for the original ethos of the show. And
Yeah.
putting someone like Frankie Paul in this position is just, it's just not the right move, and it never
No.
was.
No, it didn't make any sense. And like to your point, there are so many shows where we can watch people who are on a love dating show in quotes mess around, be super messy, be super dramatic all the time. That is not this show. I don't know why they're
Right.
trying to not be the show that they are that made them this famous. Like it happens over and over again. Like I just watched the America's Next Top Model documentary last night,
Oh,
and like season 19 of this show that was, crushing it. They decided to do an overhaul of the judges, and then the show just starts tanking. And it's like, so
right.
why did you leave the same thing here? It's like, why did we leave this formula of we spend a season getting to know this crew? There's one person that ends up heartbroken, and then they get their redemption story, and then so on and so forth. Like, so many other shows don't have a cast that feeds into each other that way, that
Yes.
creates this like whole multiverse of it. And you guys are doing a cruise based on the fact that there's this whole community of famous
Oh, the
people that all
cruise.
dated each other.
I forgot about the fucking cruise.
Maybe they did too. I haven't heard anything about it in a really long time.
Yeah, maybe they scrapped that. I mean, yeah, it's like I still keep up with the successful couples from Bachelor Nation, and
For
I'm
sure.
like I'm happy for them, like I never thought JoJo and Jordan were going to make it, and they're like fully are they having a baby? Yeah, JoJo's
Yeah.
pregnant. We saw
No,
her on Bachelor Nan.
the baby was born a couple weeks after Eden.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, okay.
Hmm.
Like I love that. I don't
Yeah.
know, like I do want to see people fall in love. Like this few successful couples that have come out of like a full bachelorette season are really heartwarming and
Yeah.
lovely, and that's all. Like I will watch that. You don't
Yeah.
need to like do anything else to get me to watch that. And maybe it's my age, and maybe it's like because I grew up with the show. And again, like I acknowledge that there are generational shifts that change how people view things, and maybe they do feel like they have no other choice than to like pull the most sensational thing out of their back pocket to get people to pay attention. But I don't know, like I'm not dead yet. I'm about to be 40 this week.
Yeah.
I hopefully have a lot of time left on this earth, and I
Yeah.
will keep watching the show. Like I
Yeah.
don't know.
I know. I like to, and that's the main demographic of people that are watching TV. Like,
Right.
the people
Yeah.
sitting down to watch full episodes of TV are our age, and if this is what we want
Right.
to see, then let us have it. Like, I just there's so much space for every kind of show. Just let us have this show. Like,
I
I don't
know.
understand.
So, have you heard any rumors or anything about the only thing that I've heard about like what's next is like potentially this Layla Miranda season. And I've seen it a few times on my feed, so this is me totally not fact checking anything, very unscientific. This is not well done media research at all. but
No,
but so with
I
that
haven't heard
disclaimer, that's what
anything.
I've seen.
I haven't heard anything besides they might just dump it all at once on Hulu.
Really, like they will actually air the season.
They might have to. There might be, and I there might be a requirement to air it, and they might just burn it, like just air it, just dump it
Wow.
all at once without much announcement, and just see what happens.
And then like
Hulu
take it
only,
off after the 2 week requirement or whatever.
maybe. So we'll see, and then we have to decide if we would want to. For me, selfishly,
Cover
it's
it.
like that was going to be the easiest season of meme ever. She has so many reaction shots already out in the ethos. Like it was
Yeah.
just, I just have a TFP folder on my phone that I got to get rid of now. Like,
No, totally. I mean, I don't know. If that happens, we can cross that bridge when we get to it. Like I'm totally spoiled on the season. I think
me too.
most people are.
I mean,
Spoiler
she
alert.
spoiled it.
Yeah, like she ends up with this guy Doug.
Yep.
They get engaged. And then surprise surprise, they break up because she's still sleeping with Dakota.
Yep.
Like, and
Yeah.
you
So,
said in this recent season of the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives leading up to it, she like sleeps with Dakota the night before
yeah.
and is like kicking and screaming. She doesn't even want to film the show, right?
Yeah. So, this whole season of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, like, even if none of this happened and she was still with the guy she was going to be with, this would have, this would have ruined it because,
Right.
like, they air this whole season right before the season of The Bachelor is supposed to come out. It's not a coincidence. Most of Taylor's story arc is the fact that she's still hooking up with Dakota on and off. She's still
Yep.
getting upset when he's hooking up with other people. He's obviously intentionally choosing people that are in Taylor's orbit to hook up with to drive her crazy, which is like another part of
What
the
a
abuse cycle that
toxic
they're in.
human being.
Yeah. He's just disgusting. And her, whole thing this season is that she keeps hooking up with him, but she's like, I want to go, I want to go to the show. I want to go to the show. Night before, she sees Ever, their son, walk down the hallway and she's like, oh my God. Oh no, she sees Dakota walk. And she's like, that's Ever's walk. And it's like, first of all, why does Dakota walk like a
What?
toddler? Ever is 2 years old. And second, just like, who cares? Like, yeah, you had a child with him. Obviously, this child is going to look like him and have some of his mannerisms. That's not enough of a reason to
Right.
sleep with him. So he comes over the night before to drop off Ever because the kids are going to go with her for filming. And he just stays the night, leaves in the morning. Her mom and her sister are at her house to pick up her kids. Her kids are packed to go. Her mom and her sister are packed to go. She's like, go ahead, I'll meet you at the airport. Sends her assistant to tell them she's not actually coming. Her children are at the airport without
Oh
her
my
to go to
God.
LA. And she can't get out of bed. And the girls on the
Wow.
show, the other moms have gone to the airport to surprise her. And they basically go to the house and they're like, you're unwell. You shouldn't do the show. Like, there's something wrong with you. And she just is not packed. She's not ready to go. And then I guess she eventually gets on a flight that leaves later that day. But when she lands, as ABC's about to film her getting out of the car from the plane, Dakota calls her and says, save a rose for me. And she gets all like dreamy eyed and giggly about it. Um,
Oh
and they
God,
basically,
really?
yeah.
I mean,
So,
that's the other thing. Is like it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to know that she's totally not over Dakota. She is
no.
stuck in some ongoing toxic dynamic with him that she is not free of
Yep.
and should not be going on a dating show to get engaged to someone else. Like it was
No.
never going to work.
And like obviously the shows are talking with each other. They're working in conjunction with each other.
Yes.
As soon as it came to the Secret Lives production that she was like having second thoughts, they should have been coming up with a person that they were going to cast instead of her. Like,
Right. And they could have done that. Like, and you
yeah.
know what? They still would have gotten a lot of great publicity out of
Yep.
it. It would have come out in the headlines. Oh, they're making a pivot. Like, it would have gotten more viewers on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. It probably would have gotten more viewers onto this upcoming season of The Bachelorette. Like, there's a lot of opportunities that they had to take back this terrible
Yeah.
decision.
Like if you want to be messy and dramatic, offer it to one of the other girls and make Taylor,
Right.
make them fight about that. I know that
Oh
sounds
my
like
God.
callous or whatever, but like if we're going to be dramatic and be like trying to produce the biggest reaction, like offer it to one of the other girls when she's acting like this and let them deal with that and see if one of them takes you up on it. Like that
Yeah.
it would have just been an easier way to deal with it instead of this. Like this is really it was a really dark season, and this
Yeah.
season of The Bachelorette was going to be bland or dark. Like it wasn't really going to be either way.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I just like the fact that like domestic violence is a part of all of this. Like I'm sure there are many people out there who have experienced domestic violence who are hurting right
Yeah,
now seeing all of this. Like
yeah,
I can't imagine it's like a fun experience for them to like see the whole thing kind of being treated this way and everybody speculating and blah 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 when it's like maybe they have actually gone through something like that and it just feels like it's not being treated with the care that it needs to be treated with. It's not that I don't think like we should have an opportunity to learn about
yeah.
DV and like how harmful it is and like hear from stories of survivors and stuff like that. It's just that like this feels like the most messy and toxic way to have a very serious thing that happens to people regularly that's very damaging for them in the spotlight.
Yeah.
That part of it is hard.
I also think like people don't have enough nuance to look at like there's no perfect victim. Like I think that we
Right.
have this expectation that someone that is a victim of domestic violence is always going to be someone who's super meek and is an angel and has never done anything wrong. When in
Right.
reality, like what I've learned from hearing people who are victims of domestic violence react to this video is that it is a lot of provocation and reaction and sometimes back and forth in a
Right.
cycle of doing it to each other. And I think that that's equally important to talk about, but people are like so dense that they can't, like, if you're
Right.
not a perfect victim of domestic violence, then you're not a victim at all. Like if you,
Right.
you know, ever got provoked to the point of violence fighting back, then you don't deserve, the same treatment as other victims of violence. Um, and so I think it's just it's just not a good time for our country to be like dealing with these topics. Like we're just not up to the
No.
task at all. Um, but it's also
Oh my
very
God.
on brand. Like
Yeah.
this is what our country is right now.
It's yeah. It's like that. Not to mention the fact that we are in a full war
Yeah.
in the Middle East, which I will not even get into all of that.
No.
I think people probably know how I feel about it,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
it's
I
like,
just but then there's also, there's people being like so funny about it. Like like someone tweeted and I like, I feel bad bringing it up laughing, but someone was like, we've come along, we've gotten so weak with reality TV. Back in my day, she would have thrown a stool at the guy she was eliminating and it would have been like, you're
it,
out of
it,
here. Like
it's
it
true.
used to be so dark.
Yeah. I mean, there is Teresa Giudice in the table.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Never forget.
I mean, yeah, it's like, I don't know. Reality TV is the weirdest place for all of these things. And unfortunately, I just think that just like bad decisions continue to be made. Bachelor Mansion Takeover is not a bad decision. I love this show.
I love this show, but like it just reminds you like how selfish these people are. Like
They
it's
really chose some very hard-headed, stubborn characters to be on this show.
who are like deeply committed to having a bad time. Like I
Right.
cannot explain like Alicia is someone that I is somebody that I've least enjoyed seeing on TV in a very long time. I've never seen
No
someone who's
redeeming qualities that I can see.
so deeply disagreeable with literally every single thing that she does. Wait, so you said you saw JoJo, so I think you did watch the most recent episode.
Oh, I did? Oh, okay.
You
Yeah,
saw them do
where
the pool.
JoJo's one
That's
of
the
the
most recent
judges.
one. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm
Alicia,
caught up then.
Alicia, okay. Guys, watch this show.
Watch it. It's a delightful watch. Like it
It's a
really
delightful
is.
show.
It's so easy.
They keep voting off all the old people because the young people
Yeah.
are idiots. And and the quality of
Like
work
literally what's
has
his name
dropped.
built a
Christopher.
desk
Yeah. Has built a
and they're
desk.
like, you're the only one who actually did anything and we're getting rid of you.
And they haven't built anything impressive since. They got rid of Christopher to build the desk, and no one has built anything that's been worth commenting on since. Like the
No.
compliments that go out are to the Wayfair furniture, because Wayfair is
Yes.
obviously a sponsor. There's a Then the first episode they redo the bedrooms. There's this like ugly ass. They keep calling it a piece of art on the ceiling. It's like this
Yes.
applique thing. It's obviously a piece of junk. It's a piece of wood with
Yeah.
like a design on it. One of the teams this week decides to bring it back and hang it in a different area. Alicia is so deeply upset because she's like, they told me I couldn't use that, and now they're using it. Oh my god! And then she in her interview has the audacity to say, "I'm just a person who really likes to separate the emotion from things and just get to work."
Oh my god. She is.
Clueless.
And you know what? I think this show is really showing Joan's true colors
Yeah,
because
she
Joan is
sucks.
buddy with Alicia. Like
Joan is
they see
buddy
eye
buddy
to
with,
eye.
and as soon as the person they want to talk shit about leaves the room, they are talking shit. Like they,
Yep.
oh, I would, and Jill, rest in peace. Jill got eliminated this week. She was carrying the show personality wise. She goes, I'm honestly happy to leave, so I don't have to spend another minute with Joan and Alicia.
There's a point in the episodes where she's like, I don't like anybody.
Yeah, I don't like anybody here. It is bringing out the worst in everyone. I don't know
It
what's
really
going
is.
on. It's
Wait, so she got eliminated and Brendan got eliminated this week,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, Brennan said the Karens are winning.
Brendan is talk about like I know
Oh,
I should not trust Brendan and I still like the guy. He's very
yeah.
suave.
Yeah, I think he's like dumber than a stump. Like
Yeah.
he really is so stupid. He just like and he's bad at the show too. Like he
Right.
contributed nothing. It was about time for him to go. But the boys just kept protecting each other and the girls just keep getting eliminated. Like
Yeah.
it tale as
So
old as
who's
time.
left? I mean, it's Dean, Noah, Joan,
Courtney,
Alicia. Who?
Courtney and Sam M.
Courtney and Sam M. Like Courtney's viciousness is coming out in little bits and bobs here
It
and
was
there.
amazing.
Like I keep telling Patrick, I'm like, you don't
No.
realize what she's like. She's really, really bad.
And I love how it's like because it's interior design, the sneaky devious thing she did was went behind their back and told the carpenter to install the string lights.
She's like, I just told him to do it. I didn't consult everyone else, and hopefully it doesn't bite me in the back. And I'm like, this is blasphemous.
It's the literally and they're like the least offensive like lights ever. It's literally a string light in an area that doesn't have much lighting. Like it needed
Right.
it. And Alicia and Joan are like, I wish we would have talked about it first. Like she asked about
You
and then
know, they're really giving Courtney like a good edit. It makes me wonder if she wins.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be the second time she pulled off winning by being the villain. Like, it honestly would be incredibly impressive. And she keeps trying to play like I'm just a mom. I get no time for
Right.
myself card. And it's like, that probably is true. But what's really more true is that she just wants to win.
She just wants to win. Courtney has a deep need to win, I
Oh,
think.
yeah. Everything.
I bet there's probably only a couple more episodes left. It seems like they're trying to pick people off fairly quickly. Um and but the other like fun part of the show is that they really are redoing the Bachelor Mansion.
They really
And
are.
it definitely took on a different quality this week once we know okay, they're actually scrapping the whole season they're getting ready for here.
Yeah.
But and I'm almost like, oh, maybe part of me would actually watch the
To
TFP
see it.
season just to see what the mansion ended up like.
No, me
But
too.
it is interesting, like first, especially if you've been with this franchise for a long time, like, and you've seen this house many times. It's kind of fun getting a closer look at the
Yeah.
rooms, so how it's laid out, where people actually have filmed various scenes, and then like even seeing the transformations they're doing has been kind of fun.
Yeah, I, I totally agree. And like just to see, it could be so fun and lighthearted, but just like this space clearly brings back such trauma for these people. Like when Tasha keeps saying that seeing Brendan do certain things is PTSD, I'm like, I don't think she's joking. Like,
No.
I think that they got brought in the mansion. All of a sudden, they're like traumatized from their time that they were there, how competitive they had to be to survive, and they're just
Yep.
bringing that to this whole competition. Like, and it's pretty funny. Like,
It is. It really is. There is the element of if you're a Bachelor Nation alum or like fan, longtime fan, you pick up on all the little dynamics and
yeah,
things between these people, and that part is fun too. So Mary and I were texting after this Bachelorette news. We're like, full pivot to HGTV Bachelorette content,
full
like.
pivot. I'll watch them on more shows. I don't care.
I totally will. Like, they have so many people from Bachelor Nation now. Like, put them on home renovation competition shows, and I'm there. I am
I
there.
I'll watch it because it's just darkness out here. Otherwise, like,
Seriously, like, seriously. I turned on the news this morning, and I was like, whoa, I need to turn this off.
I mean,
And yeah.
because in another world, another place that Indra and I are being vindicated, And like Huda defenders, you can apologize in my comments anytime you like.
Right.
Huda is being Huda. She's being who she showed us to be,
Yep.
possessive, jealous, verbally abusive at the least. She has a restraining order against her. She's dating Louis still, or Louis, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, the British
He
Louis.
he has a child. The mother of that child and the child have a restraining order against Huda.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was going on that week, but Louis helped them get it.
Really?
And yeah, and now him and Huda
Oh.
are like still together, whatever. Twin
They're
flame.
still together?
They're still together because I think they had like broken up. He helped to
Oh,
get the
wow.
restraining order, and now they're back together. And
Oh
then
my God.
yeah.
Like, how are you going to date a woman who has a restraining order with your child?
This is
Like,
what we said
how
where
does that work?
every man wants to be a father because it's like doesn't have to be that hard. You don't even have to like
Right.
protect them from your partner.
It says
Um,
more about Louis as a father and how present he is in his child's life,
100%.
potentially. I saw some text messages that were released around this time, and Huda unhinged, just unhinged
Yeah.
texting, like 100 texts, just like scream texting, that type of vibe. And it's just like, this, why is anyone surprised? If anyone's surprised, like, why are you surprised? This is what we've seen from the
Yeah.
beginning. And they knew that when they cast her on Love Island, and she's been that way since then. And it's very disappointing that they chose to put a Palestinian woman with this frame of mind on one of the biggest TV shows last year. And now, you know, the cynical part of me is like, they wanted this narrative around a person who's Palestinian right now.
I don't even think that that far of a leap to make.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
I don't think that that's that far of a leap. Like Andy Cohen is a producer or at least someone involved with Love Island, and like his point of view on Israel Palestine has been very clear, and so I wouldn't be surprised at all.
oh, has he been clear about it? I actually don't know that about him, but I'm
I
not
think he's
surprised.
walked it back, but yeah.
No, I mean, I would expect him to be outspoken on whatever his views are. And it's kind of amazing to me that I've somehow not heard about them. I think I've like tried to extract myself from all things Andy Cohen as much as
I
I
get
can.
it.
I really don't like him, and
I
that's not a
know.
surprise. I've never really liked him, but yeah, just disappointing. It's like these shows are very powerful. They're coated with lots of things.
Yeah.
I think that's the theme of this whole episode of the podcast is like from TFP and everything going on there with like even just like the Mormon wives thing, like to Huda and her nationality and why she was put in this casting place and where we are now with her story. It's just like, people, like,
I know.
come
It's just
on.
it's all it's all connected, and like if we just keep ignoring it, stuff like this is going to keep happening. Like we're
Right.
scholars on here, and like when you have studied something as long as Andrew and I have studied something, you just start to see patterns, and that's what's going on here. It
You
makes you feel a
know,
little psychic.
it it does. It happens over and over again. Did you watch the Oscars?
I've seen clips, but
Did
I
you
didn't watch.
I forget there was one filmmaker, I think it was like documentary film or something, who he had done a film, he won for a film about like the government, I believe it was in Russia or some sort of, regime like that. And his speech was like, I watched firsthand how a complete takeover, like morally and all these things, happened because of little acts of complicity by the people involved. That like we saw something that didn't really sit well with us, and we sort of brushed it off, and then there was another thing, and then they all kind of amounted to this situation where an oligarch could take control. Like, if you don't see that happening in the United States of America, like, wake the fuck up.
Yeah,
This is
even like
what is happening.
even like going to Versailles this week was weird because I'm touring this, it's obviously gorgeous, but I'm like touring this palace that ultimately brought about the downfall of the French monarchy because it was so
Right.
ostentatious in a time that people were starving. And in a way it like made me hopeful because I was kind of like, this is repeating itself in a way, but the outcome of it was the win of the people. But like, you just hope it doesn't have to resort to as much violence as it did. But like, if we don't study things, then the violence repeats itself as well. And so it was weird standing in this like golden palace as like our president is knocking down and building himself a golden palace, like while people are
Yep.
literally starving. Um, so keep your eyes peeled,
Literally.
people.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not like I have any like great answers about how to fix it, but I do think that like the awareness and just like noticing these things, I mean, it's not even like, oh, it doesn't take a genius to like see what's happening all around us. Like it's pretty obvious. It's like it's right in front of us. I mean,
Yeah.
just with the Taylor Frankie Paul of it all, it's like all everything aside, this woman is deeply MAGA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what about that?
Yeah.
Even just that. And she's like beloved and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, why? We're just, the shift to conservative narratives across all of these shows is undeniable. It keeps happening. It will, like, and I mean, just briefly, because I do have to go soon, Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Like, I know we said it in our recap of the season, but it's like it was very overtly in support of conservative values during the season, which is kind of like just it's kind of unreal to me because in this reunion, which Mary and I both agree was it the best reunion we've seen so far from the show.
Yeah. Still gave us nothing, but it wasn't like, a fluff piece as much as the others have been.
Right. And I like there was some information that I learned that I did not know before. Like
The Amber and
what's her name
Jordan
in
of it all.
Harmel dating?
Oh, yeah. That
That
was
was
cute.
funny.
That was funny. Um, I mean, just a crazy story for me was Amber getting really drunk at Jordan's friend's wedding and him leaving her in the car.
Right. Oh wait, he left her in the car?
He left her in the car because she was so drunk.
Yeah, I that whole exchange was actually pretty interesting, I
Yeah.
thought. And I don't feel like we really saw Amber's temper, which she references a couple times in the reunion and sort of this is like what surfaces, I guess, during the reunion is that she can like fly off the handle, and that's
Yeah.
something that like Jordan was having trouble dealing with. But it's like you would have thought that a little bit of that would have come up in the month following their engagement before getting married. I don't really know. It was kind of confusing. I will say that like I think Jordan was I don't want to say vindicated, that's not the right word. I came away from that understanding why he ended their relationship.
For
But I
sure.
don't think he was like totally in the clear per
No,
se.
I still think it was crazy, like that he wanted her daughter to commute an hour because he wasn't willing to give up Columbus. Like I wasn't really
Right.
surprised to hear that for so many reasons it didn't work out, but like,
Right.
um, yeah, no one seems to be a winner in that situation. Like it's pretty sad, and they just weren't right for each other in the way that I think that they had hoped.
Yeah, and I think everyone was sort of disappointed with how it went. But ultimately, I'm glad they ended it sooner than later. Like it wasn't working. They needed to end it and they did.
Mhm.
So they didn't make it. The golden couple, and I can't even
Vic and
remember their
Christine,
names now.
Vic and Christine.
Oh,
People think
yes.
that they were a producer plant.
I saw that. What do you think?
I I do think that they're a real couple,
Yeah.
but I do think that maybe their stuff was filmed after because they weren't with the group for like anything as a couple. They didn't seem to have one of the apartments. They weren't on the vacation. I think
But
that
they
they were just
did go to the happy hour.
They went to the happy hour, but everybody did.
So maybe it was like production saw how things were going and they're like, let's get these two on a honeymoon and into the mix because we need
Yep.
a love story.
That's what I'm hearing, and I think that makes more sense than not having the budget to send another couple to Mexico.
Yeah, there was definitely something sketchy going on there, and that does make sense to me. And I do
Yeah.
think they are a real couple, like
Yeah.
100%.
No, they're in love. They'll be together forever. I can't wait to see their kids. Like I'm
Yeah.
sold on them. Like if they get divorced, I'll be very, very surprised.
But okay, what I was saying originally was okay, like Chris. Chris is a prime example of young men from the very conservative MAGA movement right now.
Yeah.
Like he embodies a lot of their values. He talks like them. He is that. That paired with this show that is increasingly conservative has a conservative agenda. You would think that in some way they would want to defend him because he like kind of embodies all of these traits, but the full on just castigation of him during this reunion by everybody. I mean, Nick basically told him he was a rotten human being in
Yeah.
front of a live audience.
Nick was not happy with how Ohio came across because of Chris. So like Nick was like, I'm gonna defend Ohio till I friggin' die. I think I think it's the thing that we see a lot that everybody wants to be conservative behind closed doors, but then as soon as they see how not popular it is in public opinion, they were always against this. And I think that that is maybe a little bit of what's happening is that they hired this guy who has this tendency to be like, I'm an alpha, saw how poorly it actually came across, and then
Yeah.
turned on him.
I mean, it's, and then you would think the logical next step may be, huh, maybe this ideology that I've subscribed to is not completely how I actually feel. And maybe I should change the way I show up in the world and my values and views.
Never.
So rarely does that happen. And I'm just like, how I, this is a thing that will confuse me till I die. Why can't people change their minds when they
Right.
clearly see something so clearly like this is an example of your values in real time
Yeah.
fucking up, just being a terrible human being, and yet you're still going to stand behind this? What's going on? I don't understand it. I really don't.
I think that that's where it like there's always discussion about the moral perfectionism of the left. Like if you're not a perfect person, then you're doing everything wrong. And I think
Right.
that that is where the left gets into itself into trouble, and not that, you know, the actions of idiots and conservatives are not the left's fault. I'm not saying that at all, but I think that there is this moral high ground that's become very popular to take to say, well, I do X, Y, and Z perfectly right and I've never done anything wrong, and if you do anything wrong, you're done. There's no
Right.
room for like learning new things anymore. You have to have been right your whole life or you're done. And I don't want that to come across like I'm being like a apologist for anybody who gets canceled or whatever. I'm just like
Right.
we have to let people have the space to change, because even though it is fun to be like I told you so, it ultimately
Mhm.
doesn't help us. Eden is help agrees if you can hear.
No, it doesn't help. And yeah, I mean, cancel culture is very toxic in a lot
Yeah.
of ways, and some people have been canceled for very good reasons. Chris has
Yes.
been canceled for good
Yes, for
reasons.
good reason. Yeah.
But it's like, okay, this is a cancellation that's like on both sides of the aisle, maybe. You know, like
Yeah.
maybe there are lots of red pill dudes out there who are being like, Chris is great. There probably are. But I mean, the show itself made it a point to throw this man under the bus in every single way they could in this reunion. They wanted us to know that we think he's a piece of shit too.
Yeah. To the point where I was like, okay, he's not like he didn't kill anybody. Like I was a little bit like
I know
I'm
part
not.
of me was like, I kind of don't want to watch this anymore. Like, we got the point. Like,
Yeah, like
he sucks.
he's awful, but I'm also like, okay, like he's also a person. Like we don't have to be like you're a living walking piece of trash. Like I get the cast member saying it, but like I was like kind of like,
Yeah.
Nick, you know, maybe you as a voice of a show don't have to be like the one to double down on this also. Like I
Right. I do think that there is a responsibility of a host in those situations to, of course, everyone's going to have bias, but you do have to remain like somewhat neutral in that
yeah.
position. You can ask hard questions, you can even ask leading questions, but Nick was sitting there being like, "You're a shitty human being."
Yeah.
Like,
He's like, "So that thing you said was pretty awful. How could you say it?" It's like it's like, "So you're a piece of shit. Do you agree?" It's like I like you can't like it that's where they're bad at hosting. Like they
right.
want to quickly buy, the love and attention of the audience. It was funny. This guy named Tim, I guess I don't know if that's his name, who was on the season, followed us and followed him back, and he commented because I made a meme that was like the audience having to laugh at Nick's jokes and whatever,
Yeah.
and he was like, imagine having to watch them do it twice to get the take exactly right.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's that's crazy actually.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it was a tough watch.
yeah. It was hard to
I
watch.
like I think Chris doesn't deserve any grace really,
No,
but it was a lot. It was kind of like, okay, let's hear more about this other love story that's happening
yeah,
for Jess. Like, great, good for her. I don't know if Haramol is like maybe he's the right person for her. I I think what Jess likes is a man who talks a lot for her.
yeah, yeah. He was the if someone did that to me, I would have icked out of my mind. And
Yeah,
maybe that's just me. And
she
like
was a bucket of tears
she
on
was a
stage.
bucket of tears. Good for her. Dude, that's private. Like
Yeah.
but also
No.
that's me. I was like, I can't believe I have to kiss my husband at my wedding in front of my whole family. That's also me. Like I
Right.
but like I was a little bit like, okay, I get that we're rewriting the narrative for her so that because she got dogged on television. So I get wanting to be like, no, this is how I feel about you. I was like,
Right.
maybe 3 or 4 minutes shorter would have been more comfortable.
Yeah. Well, and then I saw a social media clip of them after that, and I wish I'd saved it so I could send it to you. It's just, it was an interview of her and Haramal afterwards, and literally the whole 45-second clip was him talking and her looking at him and smiling and nodding.
Yeah,
She did not
yeah,
say one word. He talked the whole time. And
yeah,
I was like, that's what Chris was too.
yeah,
Like, that's who he is also. And that is something she clearly kind of like looks for in a man or she likes, which I don't love for
yeah.
women everywhere.
The cutest part of that whole thing was Emma looking at Jess and just being really really happy for her friend. That was
Yes.
the cutest part of that whole
Yes.
ordeal was like clearly Jess was so distressed and her friends are just so happy that this has worked out for her.
Right. We learned that Breezy and Connor are back together,
Yeah.
which was a surprise and not a surprise.
Yeah, I think she
I don't
got
think
off
I
the hook.
support that
She got off the hook
relationship.
a little easy at that whole reunion. Um,
Yeah.
that situation with Devante and coming to the concert in Austin,
Yeah,
that was
what was
weird.
going on with that?
That was weird. Like these three girls invited Devante to an Airbnb. He told them he was broken up with Brittany, but they weren't really broken up, and but they're such good friends with Brittany. But that was just a really weird situation.
It's always interesting in these reunions to see like who's friends with who
Yeah,
down the line and like there are some divides I think amongst the girls in this group and it was like Breezy, Ashley, and who was the third one? Priyanka, who wasn't on the
Priyanka.
season, but like we saw her a bunch and she came to that like happy hour thing.
Hmm.
They were like their buddy buddy, and like Brittany was maybe friends with them too. But my read on that whole situation is like Brittany's the friend who no one's actually friends with, but they bring her along because they feel bad for her.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like I
Yeah.
think that she's what they would probably describe as a lot.
Yeah.
and they probably just didn't feel like dealing with Brittany's emotions that weekend, and
Yeah.
that was that. Brittany's dad coming and asking Devonte if he was ready to marry his daughter present day. I was like, you checking on Devonte was really nice. Like, I think that that was a very sweet thing to do.
Yeah.
You don't have to want him to still marry your daughter. Like, and then
No.
Devonte being like, I'm actually engaged to someone else.
And having a baby with someone else, like, yeah, that was a
Ay,
little
ay, ay.
cringe. Brittany in general is a little cringe. Like,
Yes.
I want more for her. I think she's standing in her own ways in a lot of situations, and like things are not going to get better for her until she pulls her head out of her ass.
I
Like
agree. Yeah.
she is living in La La Land, and um unfortunately I'm not sure she's ever going to really like see the forest for the trees when it comes to like the way she is with men. And yeah, I it's hard to watch, honestly. Like
Yeah.
I don't really I wasn't looking forward to that part of the reunion. Like I
No.
didn't really want an update from maybe because I already knew it was going on, but it was just like the way that whole thing ended was just so painful. It was like I doubt things are much better now. And then you see these girls sort of treating her like shit too, and I'm like, Brittany, like realize that you don't need them. Those are not
Yeah.
good friends of yours. Like,
Yeah. You need to be done with this franchise and these people.
yes, exactly. Like, move on. Find someone who's actually going to be there for you because, like, you're a good person and there are people who will be there for you, and you just need those people in your life.
Yeah. And like Brittany's dad, like, move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? I know. We didn't need that part of the
No.
episode for sure. Um, what else happened? Was there anything big that came up? I don't think so.
I think I took notes, but let
Oh,
me check.
well, there's the what's his name? Alex. I mean, Alex just talking himself in circles over and over and over again.
I mean, when he goes, can you point to any of those discrepancies? I
Oh,
was
that
like,
was oh
dude,
my
save that
god.
energy.
His
Like,
shifty like weird energy is
he's
so
so
off-putting.
creepy.
I thought it was funny how Vanessa said what I said on the pod.
Yeah.
Like she was like, "You don't like you're so defensive." Blah blah. I was
Yeah.
like, "Vanessa, I see you."
She's,
Like
I think that they troll social media about it and they ask
yeah.
what people are going on, what
Yeah,
people
I
are
mean,
thinking. Oh, I'm just looking at our comments.
he's oh, and there's like a whole conspiracy that maybe we already talked about how his mom is not his mom and all
Oh,
sorts of things.
really?
Like, yeah, did you see that stuff that they were
No,
saying
but
like
I believe it.
yeah, like that the mom who filmed is not his mom, and it's just like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Like, this guy literally cannot not tell a lie. Like,
No.
I think it's a whole thing for him, and just I don't know. I know I said last time like I feel something for his situation, and like maybe I do on some basic level, but he makes it really hard for you to actually like care about him.
Yeah, he really he's like deeply unlikable, and he's also committed to
Yep.
having a bad time, like for the sake of being right. Like, I think he
Right.
just lies so much that he assumes that everybody else is lying to him that often, and
Right.
so he's just lives in a state of constant paranoia, and it's just like not fun.
No, it's not fun. That's a thing. Like, once again, another person who's wholly not fun to watch on
Yep,
TV. Like, if I think back to any of the scenes with him involved, they were not enjoyable.
not fun.
It wasn't like it didn't add anything to my life. Like,
Yeah.
I just felt like weird and uncomfortable watching them. And then we talked about it on the episode. But honestly, I would have been happy to not talk about someone like
We could
that.
have skipped him. Yeah.
We could have talked more about Vic and God, I can never remember her name.
Christine.
Christine. God, I need to commit. I need to forget everyone else and just remember them. That's what needs to happen. Okay. Well, I do actually have to go
Yeah.
now. I was like, I'm gonna get off this call. Blah blah blah. I have like a very crazy week this week, but next week, hopefully, I mean, what are we going to cover?
I
There's
don't
some new
know.
shows, right? Like Love Overboard, Gabby Wendy's show, I think is coming out.
I hope so. And then Temptation Island is starting soon too.
Yes. Okay. So, um, I mean, yeah, our big plan was to cover The Bachelorette, and that's not happening.
That's shot in the foot.
Yeah.
But now
I'm
you've
sure between this week and next week there will be all sorts of updates and things that happen. So, maybe we'll just do kind of like an update episode then. And in the meantime, I'll also try and make a little calendar of shows that are coming down the pike because I think like it's like this was going to be the Bachelorette period, and then like the summer then ramps up again. I did see a premiere date for Love Island USA,
yeah.
early June, I believe. So
Temptation Island I think is April 2nd.
yeah, so that's like next week.
Mm-hmm.
So we won't have too much time off.
No.
So yeah, you'll either have an episode from us next week or not. If there are shows that you're like, hey, you should definitely have this on your radar,
Don't say
let
Love
us
Don't
know.
don't say Age of Attraction. We're not watching that.
No,
Fuck Nick
no.
Viall. Fuck this creepy show where these people pretend they don't know how old the other person is. Don't recommend that show. We're not watching
I
it.
It's kind of amazing to me the lengths that Nick will go to validate his own poor decisions.
Yep.
Like this show, the whole point of it is for him to be like, see, it's not a big deal that I married a woman over 20 years younger than me. It's not a big
Yep.
deal.
It's not a big deal. There is a 60-year-old and a 27-year-old, and just go to the Netflix Instagram to watch his reaction, in quotes,
The
to her
reveals.
finding out she's 27. He's like, "What? No way. I thought you were older." Creep, creep, creep.
Creep, lots of creeps. Like
Hmm.
I did watch all the reveals on that
Yeah, of course. Me too.
that little slide that you sent me, and I was like, I've seen all I need to see of this
Yeah.
show, and it's trash.
Both the women and the men are being perverts, so we don't need to give them time.
Great. It's basically just a show for perversion. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. Keep that away from us.
So we will not be covering that. So don't
No.
suggest that. But literally anything else, DM us, let us know. And yeah, thank you all for listening. Never a dull moment in this world of crazy reality dating shows.
Never. And happy 40th birthday to Indra. Say everybody.
And also happy birthday to Mary, who had a birthday earlier this month.
It's a big month for our
March
pod March.
is the birthday pod
It's
the
the
pod
time.
birthday month.
You're the 27th, right?
The 27th.
So
If
this
you ever
episode
forget,
will be
it's
out.
also Mariah Carey's birthday.
There we go.
So just look that up and then you'll know it's mine too.
Perfect.
She's my spirit animal.
I love that.
All right. Thank you all so much, and we'll talk to you next time.
Yay. Cheers, lovebirds.
Cheers, lovebirds.
Thanks for listening to Can I Steal You for a Minute? Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, and if you like the show, please leave a rating and review. Follow us on social media at Can I Steal You for a Minute Pod, and support the show through Patreon at patreon.com/Can I Steal You for a Minute.